Hello, internet traveler. My name is Mallory Metroidvania, and for just one more run, you are watching the marvelous menagerie of Metroidvanias. We have seen 14, 16 if you count the sub-games in UFO 50, different Metroidvanias on the stage for you across 2 days of the best video game genre on Earth. And we have just one more run in the tank for you, continuing the theme set by Metroid Dread with the difficulty amped up to just about the maximum extent possible. Without any further ado, please join me in welcoming to the stage, running Castlevania Order of Ecclesia Level 1 Hard Restricted, Lonely.
Alright, what's up everybody? I'm Lonely. I run this game a lot. I'm here with SphereKuribon and JupiterClimb, 2 fellow Order of Ecclesia legends. And yeah, this is going to be Level 1 Hard. Basically the hardest way you can play this game. And I never thought it would be possible to run this category in a marathon. This is actually the first time this has ever been in a marathon, so this could go extremely well, could go poorly. There will be deaths. I've yet to get a deathless run of this, but it should be a good time either way, and hopefully we can keep the deaths to a minimum. But either way, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Alright, so right off the bat here, I'm going to do something you wouldn't do in a normal Order of Ecclesia speedrun and grab the record. This is just for selling. So here we get the tutorial on glyphs, if one of you wants to talk about that for anyone who may have not played this game before.
Sure, I can go on that. So, yeah, as I was saying, I'm SphereKuribon. I run this game a lot, and I'm going to be commentating for this. And so basically the tutorial here is you're basically like going through figuring out how to like absorb glyphs, how to attack and everything, just the basic stuff. It teaches you how to do like glyph unions with their super attacks and everything. Here though, in level 1, we have a different setup here with the skeletons. So normally you have these regular skeletons in normal mode, but here we actually have these enemies called the skeleton heroes, and they are a significantly stronger mid-game enemy that take a lot more hits to kill. And as you can see, Lonely already took a lot of damage because they're on level 1. You take, I think it's about like double-ish the damage from enemies or something. It's around there. So yeah, it's even the tutorial is harder in this category, which is.
I think that fight. That's actually probably one of the hardest fights in this mode. Because, yeah, like they said, it's a mid-game enemy, and you fight them with no resources.
Yep, it's pretty crazy. And actually, in this mode, we got the glyph sleeve at the start. Usually we get that after prison, but now we have it as soon as the game starts, which is very useful for just like adapting to whatever's being thrown at us in hard mode.
Yeah, the glyph sleeve lets you set up 3 different sets of glyphs, basically.
And then here we have the monastery, the first area of this game. I guess, Jupiter, do you have any experience with level 1 and how this all works?
I do. This is absolutely impossible.
Yeah.
I cannot stress enough how easy it is to die.
For real.
So
like,
hopefully I will not need this work, but
yeah,
I'm going to open it just in case I do not get a magical ticket drop.
Yeah, and I want to emphasize that everything in this area will kill us in 2 hits, basically. All these bats here, like Lonely's already in kill range, which is really scary. And there's just so much going on, especially in that room right there.
I'm absorbing this.
Oh, that's not right.
There's my nervous death out of the way.
Oh, the run's gonna be like that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really difficult. This is like one of the hardest categories in the entire like franchise, I think.
So that gives us time to talk about what restricted means, if you want to get into that.
Yeah, sure. I'm down to get into restricted. So that's a relatively new category that we made. It was made like just I think it was this year. Restricted was like developed and everything. And basically what it means is, so in recent time, Order of Ecclesia has gotten a lot of new glitches, and a lot of them involve the boss rush mode in this game. And basically what restricted does is it allows you to do a lot of the glitches that are part of those boss rush categories, but you just can't go into boss rush. So you're gonna see later we have like a couple glitches like crab skip, we have the magical ticket glitch, and we have actually I think those are the only two, right?
Early Moonwalkers.
Yeah, early Moonwalkers as well, right? So yeah, so we have all those, and it allows us just to skip a lot of like story checks and cutscenes, making it for an overall faster and more fluid run than what a traditional glitchless run would be. And as Only is going through this room right here, she's gonna grab Magnus.
All right, made it to the save point.
Yeah. And this is the cornerstone of Ecclesia speedrunning. Basically, this is our primary movement for the entire game. We are going to be Magnus dashing everywhere, and it's a really quick form movement.
So these zombie hallways are incredible because zombies can just pop up right from under you and heal over half your health in one hit.
Yeah, those zombies are probably one of the worst enemies in like the entire game. Especially if you're doing like a hitless run or something, and obviously in level 1 it's really annoying. This area actually kind of ends up being like one of the hardest areas solely because of these zombies and all these RNG spawns.
I did not get a ticket yet, so I'm gonna check this. Ticket is 28-ish%, I think.
Yeah, I think it's around something like that. We need a magical ticket because after we kill the boss here, we want to instantly warp back to the village area. Lonely grabbed the warp though, so it's not too big of a deal if we don't get a ticket.
Yeah, in a PB attempt I would not grab the warp.
Yeah. Because that's part of the restricted part of this. We want to use a magical ticket to skip going through.
I'm not going
all the way back down one.
Save it.
Hopefully a zombie doesn't get you here.
So do you want to talk about the other drop I need for this category from this guy? Magical ticket?
Oh yes, the care. No ticket.
Yeah, no ticket.
There is one more chest she could go for all the way to the right, but it's just so far out of the way. It's not really worth it. But yeah, so Lonely's also gonna be killing these blue skeletons here for the sword glyph called Sakare. And that glyph, its pretty much only purpose is for a trick called crab skip. We do use it to kill some enemies easier, but yeah, we're gonna need that to skip the crab boss of this game a bit later. And we have a couple more chances to get it later too. This is Anthroberta. Lonely's going to be using the Rapier Union here to get a quad hit on it by being super close to it, and it should die pretty quickly. Though on level 1 we do a lot of we do way lower damage than you would traditionally see in a lot of other categories for this game.
Pattern.
Yeah, you usually never want to see Anthroberta roll. That's just a waste of time. And I think those spider webs one-shot you.
Just barely not. They do 126.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Only 126.
Yeah. Sorry, I did not get a ticket, right? Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. But that was a good idea. I completely forgot you could just grab the warp. I thought you would just save state for a ticket or something.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. But yeah, as we're exiting Monastery here, we have to watch out just for this first room here again. These axe armors can be a bit threatening, along with these skeletons. We did get an axe drop earlier, and that axe drop will be pretty useful, especially with the early glyph sleeve, because in the next area there's a lot of flying enemies.
Oh yeah, we got Forest coming up. Oh, I'm really excited to see this. So this is considered the hardest part of the game casually. I know it's the second real area, but It's outrageous. It's just a hallway, but you're gonna see they get really creative with the enemy spam.
Especially because
I've always said, I've always thought and said that Ecclesia, like level 1 is only just hard, like for the first 2 areas, and after that it just like the difficulty just like continues to go down.
Yeah.
Like it's a bit more tricky at prison, but then like after that I think it's fine.
This is where the run kind of still is kind of marathon unsafe, and I may need to load a Dominus restore point. Mostly because of this room, honestly.
Yeah, so as you can see, they're just the entire screen is littered with enemies flying everywhere, and these are all RNG spawns. You can't control this at all. They can literally spawn like right at your feet and do half your health. And on top of that, we have the regular enemies from normal mode in here as well, who also get a damage increase and also fly around in RNG patterns, like these squids right here. Now, the good thing is that we do have access to the Torpor Union. It's called the Puff Union, or Pulsus, and that one-shots all the enemies here. But, yeah, it's just a really difficult area with everything flying around. Nice, we made it to that first room.
Made it through screen 1.
And in this room, we have less RNG enemies. There's nothing flying around the screen except for a single bat enemy, which spawns every like 2 seconds, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
It also does like half our health, obviously, but it's a lot easier to manage. You can slide through it. You can just keep on jump attacking. Halfway through the screen, as you saw right there, it will start coming from behind Shinoa, so you have to adapt for that. Oh, nice. There, we got secure. I think we got.
I got it earlier.
Okay, yeah.
And these Medusa heads
Now
are easy to avoid, but it's easy to choke on this screen because the Medusa heads are a one-shot.
Yeah. We generally want to save all of our healing here if we can.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna try and save that. No, I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, I would just use it. Here, did you get the zombie lift already? I don't think
I did. I got it on screen.
Okay, nice.
Oh!
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that was crazy. Okay, nice. We're almost through here, just a couple more enemies to get through. And there we go.
Very poor. Give it up.
I just felt like
Clap
the muscles
emotes
in my
in the
body
chat.
unclench, and I'm not even playing the video game.
It's so stressful. It is one of the most stressful areas ever in this game.
Really happy about that.
Yeah, really good.
And I got the Sicaria, which I need. So. Not over it, though.
Jupiter, do you want to talk about Calidus? I guess I could talk about Calidus then. So this area, it also has RNG enemies.
Sorry, you wanted me to talk about this?
Yeah, if you want to.
Check out that cool boat in the background. It's very 3D. And what else?
The waves in this are pretty cool. They're based on a global cycle since you turn the game on,
Yeah.
which is interesting. That's my favorite fun fact that only I used to know, before Dominus, and now everyone knows it, and I don't feel special anymore.
I hate these fish here. I think, if you made a tier list of, the worst enemies in Ecclesia, it'd be, the zombies and then these fish. Because they can literally spawn anywhere. Even as you're entering the room.
Welcome.
So, we do rescue all the villagers in this run. You could, in theory, skip them, but it actually ends up being a little slower.
Back again.
Yeah, because traditionally, restricted and no memory corruption, we tend to skip grabbing all the villagers for the true ending. But in this, Lonely actually found that skipping the villagers and doing the bad ending skip, which won't be in this run, obviously, is actually a bit slower because of something we'll get into later.
Yeah, you basically have to do a fight twice, and on level 1 fights are a lot longer. Speaking of which...
Here we have the first boss fight. So Lonely's going to do a manipulation here. It's called Giant Skeleton Manipulation. It's a very old trick. It's part of the traditional legacy glitchless route. And it's literally the same thing here in level 1. We hang out above it and wait for its front foot to step back before we go down to do a couple hits on it. And we just loop that until it dies. And the only difference between level 1 and normal mode is that it just takes longer because he is significantly stronger and we're significantly weaker.
Yeah, I mean, just as someone who is a lot more of a layperson to the Castlevania side of the genre than the Metroid side of the genre, my primary spectator experience of Castlevania games is you walk into a boss room and instantly explode the boss with your mind. So it's a little bit trippy to see bosses actually be health sponges even this early in the run.
We will see quick kills later, though.
Yeah.
That's still in this category, but a lot of the bosses in this game in this category do take a while.
It is very funny you said that. No spoilers, but hold that thought for the final boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This area is really scary, and it's because of those spear guards right there. They pretty much have an attack that comes out frame 1 and instantly hits you. So you got to be careful, especially in these close quarters right here. This room in particular was a huge run ender for me.
This is why I got the mutants, basically.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
As you can see, they're just constantly lunging out and attacking without any moment to react. But there we go, nice.
Not completely out of the woods yet. Prison Island is a pretty tough area. Pick up the Priestess Ring. That's just another thing for selling. Money is important in this route because we buy potions.
Yeah, which is not something you see in a lot of other Ecclesia categories. You never see us do quests in other categories, but we will in this because the only way to actually get potions in this game is to complete the potion quest.
Oh my god.
Here we have an insane trap room right here.
Yeah, this is they got creative with this one.
You think they went a little too far on this?
Yeah, I honestly think they did because you have to take this so slow, and it's really hard to visualize when you need to slide and when you need to go under.
Nice. That's pretty fast,
Good
actually.
job. That was good. Yeah. All right, so here we have Dominus Hatred. Jupiter, do you want to talk about the Dominus glyphs?
They're pretty good. So the gimmick is, and I guess we can talk a little bit about the story. These contain parts of Dracula's power. So it's dark magic, very strong, but there's a big downside, which is every time you use a Dominus glyph, it'll consume some of your HP. And in level 1 hard mode, HP is an especially valuable resource. So these are tough to use. But if you can use them effectively, they are incredibly powerful.
Yeah, a good thing is they take a percentage of your HP and not just a flat amount. Mm-hmm. So you can use them basically as much as you would in normal mode.
There are 2 attacking Dominus glyphs and 1 back glyph. The attacking ones are good. I think we'll see a little bit of that, right? Here's, for example,
yeah,
you can
right
see a little bit. The real highlight, though, is the red glyph later on. That's one of the more broken spells in the whole Castlevania series.
Yeah, but here you can see how useful it is because there's spear guards all around us and they can attack us from any level, right? So we need a way to clear them a lot easier on both levels there without wasting too much time, and Dominus Hatred conveniently allows us to do that and it one-shots them, which is really nice.
That's really unfortunate. Yeah.
That's just
There's
bad
much I could have done about that.
Demon. Yeah.
There we want to kill the robot there, the Tin Man, because we need the ring that drops, which is the strength ring. And which, in a lot of recent categories, we haven't been getting the strength ring, because we think the trade-off just isn't worth it for the time. But in this category, it definitely is, because that minor strength boost is actually very useful.
That's 3 deaths, I think.
Do you just have no iframes to that? It looked like both spear guards hit you at the same time.
I Dominus. That's what the second hit was.
Okay.
But it is true that your standing iframes are very short in this game. If you
Yeah.
get hit in the air, you have longer iframes. But when you're standing, if like 2 things hit you at like the same time, you have like not even a full second of invulnerability frames. It's like half a second.
Alright, take 2. Also grabbing Falchus here for slightly higher damage on a Keeper boss.
Yep. Faustus being a slash attack glaive.
Yeah, it's a sickle. That's so unlucky.
demon is
This
very
hasn't
neat.
happened to me
Yeah.
in any of my practice runs, so of course, you know.
Gotta
Alright,
throw some hurdles
okay,
your
we
way
got
in
this.
in the early game.
yeah.
It's one of the hardest things about Ecclesia. I think it's always these like flying enemies that are always like getting you.
Yep. Okay, so, yeah. This hallway is the hell hallway, I like to call it.
Yeah, one of the hardest rooms in the game, period, is this hallway. A lot of things can go wrong here. Luckily, there's a save like right before it, of course.
Yeah. And I have enough means to full heal.
Yeah. Oh, also a cat up there. If
I was
anyone
gonna
noticed.
say, I did not notice that the first time through this room, and I was like, where is that noise coming from?
Yeah, there's a few cats you can rescue.
That's my favorite one in particular. Its name is Soybean Flower. I think it's the cutest one of all the 4 in this game. Okay, there we go.
Not
We got
out of the
two
woods
them.
yet. Yeah, I got.
Oh no.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
I really
that was a
thought we were gonna
checkmate
be there.
situation.
Hey, Lonely, if you could, can you save the cat this time? I think that'll put the in our favor.
I can try. Yeah.
I think that's what we're missing here. Oh no, do it afterwards.
Oh,
No, we're just
okay.
gaming.
Okay, we're just gonna game. All right.
How do you do this?
Oh
I
no.
died.
You press down on it.
That one's Jupiter's fault. I pressed down. Is it up? I
thought it was worth a try.
I think you weren't on top of the hitbox of the cat. You had to
Oh
be like
my
in a
god.
side.
Alright, I'm not
Of
doing
course
that
the cat
again.
Of course the cat has a tiny hitbox.
Something small about Dominus is okay. I'll be smart and do it like this time.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes. Okay. There we go.
Okay, this is the run.
All right. Surely the demon lets me get through this time.
I would heal, by the way.
Oh, I do have heals. You're right.
Yes.
The other runs I didn't have them. Thank you.
All right. Don't troll us, please. Nice. Nice.
That should be out.
Yeah, we're definitely out of wits now. And there we go. Now we got Strength Ring, and that's like a 4 attack boost, I think, somewhere along those lines. And it's gonna be really useful because like damage is really low in this category, as we've seen. So anything helps.
This is
All right,
a
now we're
big
gonna
moment
do-
here and a very new trick.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for this unbuffered once. This is like double or triple frame perfect, depending on how you want to define frame perfect. So if I get this unbuffered, then that's a huge moment in Brook history. It would be a huger moment if I had the right glyph equipped. That doesn't count. That doesn't count as my unbuffered attempt, by the way.
We're still going for it unbuffered. Cat popping off for you saving the cat, by the way.
So we're actually using the giant sword here to skip the crab, which is why
Yeah.
we collected it earlier.
Basically, something about the way this sword's union animation is corrupts memory in the game. There's a few different glyphs that do it. Alright, hold on. Dang. Okay, nice try. That was actually pretty close. Like,
Yeah, that was really close. You almost got it.
Alright, now I'll do it buffered. So yeah, there's something about the animation that corrupts memory, and basically, if you screen transition while using it, you can break the game pretty hard, like you're gonna see here.
Go to hell.
Nice. Good job.
Alright. Shouldn't crash. Good. Alright, there's one more important part of this, which is I can't press up, or else the elevator will go up. Okay, good. And I'll soft
And
lock.
we just skipped a whole 1 minute boss fight there.
Nice.
Huge skip.
In the glitchless route, it's actually like, because normally if you fight that boss, you would have to one cycle it, each of its phases. You can't really do that in level 1 because our damage is so low, so it actually ends up being longer. So yeah, that skip is like really good for this category, and which is why like restricted such a cool like route to learn.
And it's extremely new as well. For many, many years, Crab Skip was like the barrier skip for Order of Ecclesia, and it finally happened thanks to a new task. I think it was, what, a year and a half ago?
Yeah, about that.
Now it is real-time viable, which is very
And
exciting.
we found so many variants of it too recently. Like that's actually an older version of it, I think. Recently we found like a new slide one, and there's also some categories have gone back to the very old like Ignis skip, which is crazy. That's even being like seen now.
Yeah, thankfully the Ignis version is not frame perfect.
Yeah.
There's no way to get Ignis before Crab, so Ignis is kind of, or without like other glitches that aren't allowed in this category.
And here we have Calidus channel, lower Calidus. This area is actually kind of a chill area. Not much RNG besides those blue guys right there that Lonely just killed. And we get a save right in the middle, which is very useful. And here we're gonna get a new glyph called the Scudum glyph, which it's the shield glyph of this game. We're gonna need it for a boss skip near the end of the game, and it's also just generally useful because its union gives us iframes for about 2 to 3 seconds, I believe. I forget the exact timing on it, but
Yeah, something like that. Extremely useful glyph for this run where where everything kills you in like 2 hits.
One thing that's something about this category that's like a bit tricky when running it is that like since Magnus dashing is our primary form of movement, we use a lot of mana, which we also need for attacks in this game. And since we have like such low MP, Magnus dashing actually kind of like makes it a bit tricky to like fight in this category and also do fast movement. But sometimes you want to opt for like crouch cancels or regular jump cancels to move. So this is Tomeo Mountain.
Yeah,
This is
pretty
the hard
dangerous area. I can't believe I didn't get hit by that.
That was crazy, yeah. So the problem with this area is that we have these super fast spider enemies that we're about to see that poison you. And along with that, we have yellow Medusa heads, which they don't one-shot us anymore because we have more than enough health to take a hit. But they do hit us with Petrify, which can allow something else to kill us. But here, Lonely's going to use Hatred on these spiders here to kill them. And we're going to grab the ring called the Empress Ring, which is also just another flat stat boost, which ends up being super useful for this category.
Those spiders seem pretty fast.
Yeah,
They are really fast.
as fast as I was expecting. They were faster.
I didn't think that would hit me.
This room is also... we keep saying it, but like there's so many worse areas in the game, like in this category.
Yeah.
Like this room is another one.
Basically, any room that has guys flying around is the worst room in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were.
That one in particular sucks because they can petrify you and then you can fall into the spikes and you're just dead. That's it.
Yeah, this game has 2 separate sets of invincibility frames, basically, so that one for like enemy contact damage and then one for like hazards and projectiles. So you can get comboed really fast.
Y'all were talking earlier about how some of the flying enemies are like the worst part of Ecclesia, but also I think that's been generally a theme this entire weekend. Like flying enemies tend to be just the most brutal part of Metroidvanias in general.
For sure, yeah. It's convenient that Dominus Hatred one-shots the spiders too. Alright, nice. Shield Union helps a lot there because we're kind of just throwing ourselves into the unknown there with the Medusa heads. So the Shield Union guarantees we don't die. And we're using it again here to get past that crazy set of enemies there. It's a crow and a rock armor, and plus all the flying enemies together.
Should be fine as long as I don't get hit again.
Yep.
And then cool strat here.
Cool.
And then there's a random cave troll at the end of this level.
Yeah, this guy is so stupid. He's just there. That's supposed to be a castle enemy, which, if you know this game, the castle's at the end, obviously, and it's just sitting here in like in one of the early game areas, which is just insane.
Sorry,
Here we go.
There's a castle.
Yeah, surprisingly, in a Castlevania game.
Whose castle is it?
I want to say it's Dracula's. But
Dracula's castle. That's later.
I really did think you were going for It's Vania's castle before thinking another 3 seconds.
All right, do you want to talk about this? Yeah, the sage up there.
Sorry, one more time.
Do you want to talk about the Mystere glyph we're getting here?
The Volmacir.
Well, it's an upgraded hammer. It's tier 2 out of 3.
Yep.
How much use does this actually get in this run, Lonely? I'm guessing for Skeleton Cave it's very important.
Yeah, as well as a boss fight in mid-game. Ooh. Oh my god.
Nice. I think that's exactly what happened in my glitchless PB right there. I got hit right at the end.
I'm not sure what the most up-to-date strats are. I'm hoping we see the zombies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. This is such a cool strat.
So there I turned in the quest for getting a sage, and that, that's the cat.
You want to buy something?
Priestess. That's not normally there.
You do not come back again.
Okay.
We tried figuring out a way to not use the zombies in this category, but it's just like impossible, man. And we'll see why soon.
Okay, final, really scary area for a while.
And this area is infamous. Like, every casual player hates this area in level 1, from what I know. Yeah, so Volmacir putting a lot of work here, allowing us to 3-shot these enemies. But here's why we need the zombie glyph, because of these bone pillars right here. So they spam fireballs at you non-stop. Like the fire rate is increased by 10 times in level 1, and there's really no way to avoid it except for using that zombie glyph because they block the fireballs for you.
If I didn't get hit there, I would have been huge, but...
This is another infamous room. It's really tight, and the skeleton knights just fly everywhere.
You notice once again the flying enemies.
Yeah.
Definitely a pattern.
And then you pop up from the bottom here.
Yeah, one of the worst and most unfair things that you can just be walking here, and for no reason like that, right there.
Oh, that's so unfair.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the double hit.
What a brutal body check.
I should not have mentioned it. I feel like I willed that into existence right there.
Yeah. I'm gonna do this.
That's a good damage boost right there. Avoid killing that skeleton Rex. This room is funny, and this is why we get the zombie glyph. There's bone pillars everywhere, from on your left, on your right, and there's almost no way to avoid them unless you have this guy with you. And this bone pillar tower is exclusive to hard mode.
They went way too far. It's one of the reasons I love level 1 hard mode. It's relentless.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Also, good RNG right there. Lonely got the skeleton Rex to jump over her, which is great. We don't have to kill it. And now we're gonna have Maneater, which I think personally is the hardest boss of this run. This boss coming up.
All right,
Basically, we're
Maneater.
gonna use Dominus Hatred and Volmacir to kill it quickly. Nice. Oh no, what is he doing? Nice, okay, good.
Hold.
Okay.
Nice. That was really
Oh my
clean.
god. Came back for revenge.
GG. Seeing in chat, this is where Silk Song got its flying enemy ideas, and that's brutal.
For Sakare, because there's another Sakare glitch coming up.
Yeah, we're actually used to get a late game shoe item early, which
Yeah.
would be pretty cool.
What's mine? Oh, I'm potentially silly. I didn't grab this.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. And you did Skeleton Cave nerfed.
Yes.
Yeah, so normally we're supposed to grab those hearts before Skeleton Cave just to have an extra union. Didn't end up mattering though.
Yeah. I got
we're gonna
really
head
good
back to-
dominance hits on.
Yeah. So we're heading back to Tamiya Mountains here. We have double jump now, and we're gonna be getting a movement item along with a villager here.
This one's a little annoying, but not nearly frame perfect. Okay.
Nice, there you go.
Whoa! What happened?
So Jupiter, so remember in Calda's channel in like any percent where you could get the hearts early with Sakare? We're doing something similar here with the Moonwalkers. We're using the Sakare Union to despawn, like, I think the chest entity to get Moonwalkers early, essentially.
Okay, this category is sick. The problem with Moonwalkers in this game is that it's awesome tech. You'll notice Shinoa has gotten way faster with these cartwheels. Also gets iframes on the backdash, but normally it is parries locked, so it comes very late. However, here, that's earlier than I was expecting for sure.
Yeah.
And this doesn't
very
exclude
cool
to level 1
part.
either. You can do this in normal restricted too.
Yeah. Did I?
So here we're saving one of the villagers.
I actually didn't check my ticket count, but I bought some, so surely I have enough.
Yeah, I think you're okay with that. Are you grabbing Magician Ring? I forgot.
No, I usually don't.
Okay.
Oh my god, he dodged
Here
it.
we have another spider here. He always dodges the hatred hits we do from up top. It's kind of annoying sometimes.
I'm saving a lot if you didn't notice.
Yeah.
You
Comes
died
with
2 hits in
territory.
this category, in case we didn't drill it in. So another
We're going to be doing the...
villager
Oh, you can go.
detour.
Yeah, the last of the cleanup here. With double jump, you have access to 3 villagers from previous areas. This is the last one we're going to grab here. And he also comes with a special ring. We're not going to see the effects of in this category, but we are going to use it as money to sell. Because as we said before, we need a bunch of those potions and mind ups for the entire category.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something that would be a sin in a normal glitchless run and sell the tonic or sell the tower ring. Rather.
Come back again.
Actually, I just want
Want
to
to buy
grab
something?
this as well.
Come back again.
Nice, we're fully stocked there.
Yeah, that is probably enough tickets for the rest of the run, I think.
Should be, yeah. I don't think we need any more. Alright, and here we have Somnus Reef. This area can be pretty mean. It also has RNG flying enemies, of course, but we also have these giant starfish guys, which, without the Magician Ring, which we opt to skip in this category because it's not really worth it, we can't actually one-shot them with the Dominus Glyph that we would, and which is what we would traditionally do. We would get the Magician Ring and one-shot them with Dominus Hatred, but since we're not doing that, we have to kind of maneuver around them and dodge them with the Shield Union and just like going through their hitboxes.
Yeah. Let's see an example of that here. Also, shouts to the song here. One of the best songs in the game. Beautiful piano track.
Yeah, it's such a great track. I love Somnus Reef. Like, both water areas have great music in this game.
A lot of people would say that Ecclesia's got the strongest Castlevania soundtrack. and that's steep competition as well. This whole series has got amazing music.
I might be biased, but I already won those people.
Probably me as well, yeah.
Well, this is where I have to ask all of you the question. What is the greatest Metroidvania of all time?
Low-key, it's this one, even though it's low-key not a Metroidvania, but whatever.
Yeah, I agree with Lonely there. Like, if we're not counting this game, then maybe like I would probably say Metroid Fusion for me. But that's also kind of like iffy on if that's a Metroidvania or not.
Fusion.
Right?
That's. I was surprised by how many people were going to the map for Metroid Fusion this weekend. I have not actually played Fusion, and I gotta check it out. I also have to play Ecclesia, but don't tell Lonely that.
I'm going Aria of Sorrow. And I'm curious if anyone in chat has thoughts on best Metroidvania. Please do share. See what people have to say on this.
I also really, how do I say this? I appreciate Super Metroid for what it's done for speedrun culture. It's like a very historical game with a lot of runners over the years. Oh my god, this pattern.
She is trolling you. So Rusalka here, before she ends up dying, this boss ends up being like a bit tricky because it's really hard to react to a lot of the attacks she does because her like wind-up animation is very similar between the two attacks she does. So we kind of try to manipulate her by crouching in front of her and hitting her to where she constantly does like one specific attack and we can always avoid it. But yeah, these tsunami waves will definitely one-shot you. But that was a great fight by Lonely right there.
I also thought about it during that fight instead of thinking about the fight. My probably second favorite Metroidvania is Ori 2, Will of the Wisp. That game is incredibly good.
Great game.
I played it for the first time this year.
Games.
Got a lot of good variety in the chat. Obviously, a lot of Castlevania franchise rep. I see Aria of Sorrow. I see Portrait. I see Soten. Also, some love to Blasphemous and Bloodstained as well.
Bloodstained's great.
They say we're getting a new Bloodstained this year. I haven't heard anything about it, but apparently it's still happening, so that's exciting.
Getting a new Castlevania this year. That's exciting.
That's
ridiculous. October 15th.
Yeah, it is. First new Castlevania since I started speedrunning Castlevania. Oh, Moonwalker iframes there. Safe. And I'm going to buy battle boots.
Oh, I was about to remind you about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here we're going to buy a quick footwear accessory called the Battle Boots. It just gives us a bit more strength for increased damage. And yeah, from here on out, it like compared to the early game, these areas are very like a lot more relaxed. They're definitely not easy, but it's definitely like it's definitely a lot less unfair.
Temperance.
That ring is also there just to sell.
Yeah.
So the main threat in this area are these ectoplasms that are floating around in a circle here. They have RNG patterns as they fly around, but they can also curse us, and that's bad for us because it completely depletes our MP. And because of that, if we lose our MP, we can't Magnus cancel, obviously. So that slows us down.
Here picking up Volsakare, which is the upgraded sword glyph. It's going to be useful. We're done with Sakari glitches, unfortunately, right as soon as we get the guaranteed one.
This room is so scary, but nice. We made it to the save. Alright, so this is Goliath, and we were talking about how we actually have to fight a lot of the bosses here. This one, in particular, is a very long boss fight in this category, because we really don't have any quick kill options here. We kind of have to fight him with like the most basic stuff we have, which in this case will be the upgrade sword whip that we just got. And the difference between normal mode and hard mode is that he is like 10 times faster with all of his attacks, which we will end up seeing. Jupiter, do you have any thoughts on the hard mode version of these fights?
They're hard.
Yeah.
I am essentially stupid. It's fine. I'll just clutch it. New-ish tech
Cool
here.
little strat here. Yeah.
Yeah. You can duck.
You can crouch in front of his foot. Yeah, and his grab will miss you, which is pretty cool. Yeah, look how fast he slams his fist down there. It's crazy. One thing you'll see Lonely do is sparingly use her unions throughout the fight, and that's just to kind of be more efficient with the damage, because usually while you're low on MP, you want to use a union to offset the time waiting for your mana to regen.
Yeah, or when you're like far away from him and only the union will reach.
Yeah.
It's another time you often use unions.
Oh,
That was mildly scary.
I never doubted.
Also, we're using the shield glyph here because it's kind of impossible to avoid those crumbling things from the ceiling without the shield glyph. I don't know what they were thinking with that attack. Like, I don't know how they wanted you to avoid that traditionally without that. Maybe they thought of Scudam when making it, but yeah, that was a
Very
good
clean.
fight.
Yeah. When I got hit, I said I was gonna clutch it. That was like 90% sarcastic. I
And yet, clutch it, you
100%
did.
thought I was gonna die there.
Back to the Moonwalkers here, and we're getting our second piece of Dominus, which I think we all call the meatball.
Yep. It doesn't actually. I don't use it in this run because, well, it's just not efficient enough with the MP.
Oh wait, we
usage.
don't use it on Albus? That's surprising.
I no, because please don't die. Okay. Hold on.
And confirming this
Coming up.
upcoming save is where we'll take our break.
Yes, we can take a break right now.
Perfect. So we'll go ahead and pause the timer here. For those of you just joining for the Vania action, for the longer runs on Hotfix, we take a break in the middle of them so runners can get a break, so production can get a break, and so that we can run ads on the Switch channel without you missing any of the speed running. So thank you so much to everyone who has supported the stream so far this weekend. It truly does keep us able to do what we do. We are going to take a quick 5-minute break, and when we come back, the second half of Order of Ecclesia. I'll see you there. Welcome back, everyone, to the marvelous menagerie of Metroidvanias. We are back right into it with the thrilling conclusion of Order of Ecclesia Level 1 Hard Restricted with Lonely.
All right, we're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, where were we? Tristus. This area has one screen that is absolutely horrendous for level 1 hard, but the rest of it is not too bad. This area is really cool. The waterfall. Gotta unfreeze it.
Super pretty looking.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna get to that screen that she's talking about in a second here. If you remember earlier, we were above a bunch of spikes with Medusa heads and everything. It's gonna be that same room, but not only do we have Medusa heads, we have infinitely respawning bats as well. So it's a whole combination of...
I'm also gonna grab levers here. Probably don't need this.
So here it is, really toxic, and one hit equals death, but nice, we got through it really smoothly.
Not completely out of the woods yet, but that's a big hurdle.
This next room here, it's a vertical room with a bunch of ectoplasms. They can be a bit scary. Nice, okay. And we're coming up to a save here, which is going to be very useful. I think these Altairs here, they spawn much more frequently on level 1 hard.
I agree. I thought I was just like doubting myself, but if you say so too, I agree.
Yeah, because I was doing some like normal mode stuff, and I noticed that they just weren't spawning as fast as I thought they would. Like I was like preparing to dive kick on top of them and everything, and they just weren't coming out. But here we got Bull Hosta. It's gonna be our primary attack for Albus, and also we use it a bit on Barlow, the two final bosses of the pre-castle portion. But here we go. We're going to Oblivion Ridge here. Are you gonna regen hearts?
No, it's fine.
Okay. So yeah, here, I don't like this room at all. I lost a lot of runs in this
union.
Yeah.
I don't even bother.
It helps that you have moonwalkers here. But yeah, getting through the room is really annoying because if you can't get through it fast, these birds with flea men, these guys right there that we just saw, they keep spawning on top of you while you're trying to deal with everything else. And it's just super toxic, but Here we have the next boss, Grave Dorcas, which we're going to use our hammer glyph on to kill as fast as we can.
Also, re-equip battle boots.
Yeah.
You do 5 more damage on this fight per hit with battle boots, which adds up to a lot.
Yeah, it's a really huge increase. So basically, the key thing with Grave Dorcas here, or Gravidorcas, however you want to pronounce it. I always say Grave Dorcas, but is that you want to be far away from him when he comes from the sand, because if you're not, then he'll do this poison cloud attack, which does a lot of damage, obviously, but also poisons us, and that will lower our damage for the entire fight, which we definitely don't want to happen. And we tend to just want the boss to do what he's doing right here, which is just standing still and allowing us to hit him.
That spur was incredibly poorly placed.
Yeah, those spike balls that he spawns can be in really annoying positions. And I've seen a lot of runners also die just like after the fight finishes because they don't despawn or anything.
Yeah.
They just end up running into them.
So if you watch the Metroid Prime 2 run, they talked about getting centered. In this run, you actually want to get centered when Grave Dorcas preps up in the center here. That's my epic Echoes joke. I'm here all week. Please, center me.
He is just digging, man.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I should gyal here. Yeah.
Nice.
Alright, we're not out of the woods yet. The next screen in my new PB that I got last night died on this next upcoming screen.
Yeah, this screen is also kind of toxic.
So I'm gonna focus up here.
Nice. Really good. Yeah, so the problem with that screen is that sometimes that plant enemy can shoot just a tad bit earlier than we're expecting, and we try to dive kick off of it, but it ends up hitting us, and it throws the whole like room cycle off. But luckily that didn't happen here.
I definitely don't need this ring. While getting all 3 rings is probably overkill, but better safe than sorry.
Yeah, it's just like insurance, because we like if you ever need potions.
Permit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, am I really full? Okay. Well,
Come back again.
Yeah, you just haven't been healing that much, which is insane. If anything, I guess you could buy like tonics after Black Mark.
I could. Yeah.
All right, here we're going to Barlow, and actually, this is a small like perk of restricted. Normally, you have to like walk out of Ecclesia after this cutscene plays for the story trigger, but we can just use the magical ticket glitch and we can leave, which saves
a few seconds. Really nice.
Yeah. And here we have the swamp, which is my favorite area in level 1, because it's all just dodging and dive kicking across every single enemy here. These human-like enemies here, they're called the Chosen Oons, which is like a play on Chosen One or whatever. You want to dive kick on the right half of their hitbox, because if you don't, you have a high chance of doing a poor trade on the dive kick hit, and then you'll end up getting hit, and of course they also poison you, which is a common trend with a lot of the attacks in this half of the game. Everything poisons you when they hit you.
See how many iframes I got from
the
Moonwalkers? I was like halfway into that guy before he hit me.
It's insane how many iframes the Moonwalkers give you. They actually give you enough to where you can actually backdash through the entire spike floor in those previous 2 rooms we were looking at.
Yeah, you have to have very good timing though.
Yeah. All right, and here we're coming up to the penultimate boss of the pre-castle portion here, Albus. This area is pretty chill. It's pretty much unchanged from normal mode.
Good thing I healed.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so here we're going to be fighting Albus, and we have every villager, so we're going to get the true ending. So we're going to be using Volhasta here to just attack him and try to manipulate him as much as we can. So as you can see, Lonely just hanging out in the right here, and she's doing that because what we're trying to do is get him into this attack right here, and just keep on looping this flame kick from him. And he'll just keep doing this for the entire fight, and it's a really useful manip for level 1 modes and hitless runs because you basically don't have to interact with the boss fight at all. You can just stay here and loop this entire thing over and over again. There are times where he does break out of it though,
Yeah.
I've noticed, but I think it's just because he doesn't want to spam torpor, like, he's like programmed not to do it all that time, like right here.
A little scary. Ball?
That's crazy. I think the flame kick one-shots you too, if you do get
does.
by it. Yeah.
Of course it does. Why wouldn't it?
The one unfortunate thing I think about the way we handle this boss fight is that we don't get to see his new attacks. Well, I guess we just saw one right there.
Yeah.
He has elemental gunshots in level 1 or in hard mode compared to
That's all for a one shot. Yeah.
Wow.
Alright, don't forget to re-equip battle boots. He was close
yeah,
to
those
death,
elemental
too.
attacks can get you.
Oh my god.
He was, yeah. So we were talking earlier about how there's a bad ending skip in this game, right? But it requires you to fight Albus twice, and normally that's not a big deal because we can kill him pretty quickly in a normal mode run. In this category, however, fighting him twice is just a huge time loss. And because we just don't have the hearts to sustain fast fights across this boss fight and then the next boss fight after this. So it ends up just being overall slower.
Yeah, that attack I died to, the vertical shot, is extremely dangerous. You can sometimes dodge it with like a perfectly timed double jump, but most of the time, if you are in a situation like that, you're dead.
You gotta go behind him or usually just crouch.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tricky. There's another elemental attack right there, the Ignis.
Yeah, the elemental attacks are really cool.
We actually see that in a New Game Plus run to skip Crab with Albus, which is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Nice, good fight.
I know.
Here we have the last piece of Dominus. This is what Jupiter was talking about if he wants to go into it again.
It's good. It's really, really good. We'll see it right here, as a matter of fact, versus, spoilers, Barlow. It turns out he was the villain all along.
It's actually a very interesting quick kill for Barlow because the Dominus Agony plus the Ice Sword doesn't actually kill him in one.
That's where I meant to go, yeah.
It doesn't actually kill him in like a full set swing, so we have to do a bit more attacking afterwards.
I know.
Too.
Or I have meats. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, I think you're good. You're on potions and everything.
So I actually do something that only I do here because I'm a little strange person, but I changed my controls because the default controls, it's complicated to explain. Basically, just trust me. It lets
And
me
I
do
do.
this.
Nice, that's such a good quick kill.
Yeah,
Great job.
got the best pattern for it.
Yeah, you always want him to do the electric cage there and never. He has a fireball attack, which you don't want to do because you just can't avoid it while attacking him. The electric cage allows you just to get those last two hits in really simply. But as you saw there, exactly what Jupiter was talking about, the Dominus Agony Glyph just increases your damage like tenfold basically, and lets you kill stuff super fast.
Come back again.
Okay, now we're moving on to the castle.
The second game is
Oh, that's cool.
usually pretty quick, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the slide into the cutscene.
Oh no, I was talking about the shield dash canceling you're doing right here. Let's go.
Oh yeah, because I can't really Magnus dash on controller with default controls, I just switched to shield canceling, which is the same MP. It has there's a few weird oddities with it. Like you can't go up slopes. It's extremely strange. I would love to learn about why it's different than Magnus, but
I did not know that. That's interesting.
it's also hard
This
to
room can be
turn
scary.
around. A lot of weird
Yeah,
things with
because
it.
I think you're locked into a direction, right, with shield.
Yeah, actually that makes sense.
We're gonna grab a free piece of healing right there called the Tasty Meat. It pretty much fully restores our HP.
At level 1, it is a full HP restore.
The zombies are back in these rooms. These can also mess up a run. I've actually had a couple level 1 runs die in these rooms because of these red guys here. It's a bit easier to manage because you can double jump, but sometimes they just decide to spawn on top of you. But luckily that didn't happen to us there.
Can do a cheeky dive kick off this guy, but I will.
It's really difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate. Just in
had
case you
other
forgot,
plans.
we die in 2 hits.
Yeah.
What a journey! What a journey it's been. You know, at the start of the game, you die in 2 hits. Now we're at Dracula's castle. You die in 2 hits. Really is something, this level 1 hard mode. At least it's not 1 hit.
It was on Albus.
True.
It also can be if you just don't get any HP max ups. I think like everything, like if like you probably won't be skipping them.
Yeah.
But like you can be in one hit kill range if you're
Ooh,
like
that was Moonwalkers bailing me out there. Yeah.
yeah. But as you can see, they spawn right on top of her, and it's just unfair.
All right, this time with bailing.
Nice.
First try, every try.
And here we're gonna get another HP max up, rounding off her health to 228, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
And coming up in a room here, you're gonna see exactly how powerful Moonwalkers are. I believe this is consistent. At least I've never gotten hit doing this. Okay, well, shouldn't have said anything.
Oh no.
That's an unfortunate trade. That's just kind of unlucky.
Yeah, sometimes those foamers just dive kicking them, like
Shouldn't
because
have
of
gone for
like
that.
because of how they like fly. Sometimes they just fly into you with a dive kick. But it's okay. We're like right there.
Yeah. Alright, I'm not gonna go for the backdash through the tin can man again.
That was sort of the most marathon performance thing of recent memory.
Yeah.
I hate these cats, by the way, for many reasons. But in this category specifically, if you try to jump over them, they can just jump over. They can just jump into you too, and just steal half your health.
You should tell them about the other categories. There's
Yeah.
a deeper
We
problem.
have a minute here. You can talk about it. Like a frustration.
Okay. So yeah, any percent for this category. It relies on a 4% drop rate, which specifically drops from those cats, right? And you need it in order to do a bunch of the boss rush stuff later on with all those glitches. And since it's relying on that, a lot of runs just die to you grinding this cat and not getting the drop for like 5 to 10 tries. And it's just unfortunate how like pivotal like the RNG is to those any percent categories. But here we go. We're going to Wallman here.
Yep.
So this is the
Kick
hardest
him a
boss
few
in the
times
game.
for good measure. Yeah.
Yeah. And there we go. We beat the hardest boss in the game.
I alt tab. My controller does this awesome thing where if I press start and select at the same time, it alt tabs. And I've never been able to figure out why that happens. So sometimes when I fat finger start, it does that. Sorry about that. Hopefully that didn't break layout or anything.
Nope, all good.
Okay.
We grabbed Hanged Man, right? Oh, you don't grab Hanged Man.
Oh my gosh, I do. I just forgot.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for the reminder.
All good. Okay, so this ring is actually a kind of a new find with the New Game Plus and restricted categories. So traditionally, we in an Ecclesia like glitchless route where we're doing the full game, we would get this glyph called Redire, which is a glyph that allows us to like fly across with Magnus. But we don't get that in this because we can't justify it with all the damage we take. Yeah. So we instead opt for using the speed up glyph and this ring called a Hangman ring, which negates all falling and lag. Like, so usually like when Shino falls from a very tall height, when she lands, she will do this like crouching animation on the ground, preventing you from moving. The Hanged Man ring disables that and lag completely, so we can freely use dive kicks and the speed up glyph together, which we'll see a bit later, but to dive kick and to dive kick across the entire castle, which is a great speed boost.
Yeah, someone on the dev team was like a fighting game player, because it's like straight out of Melee, like a lag cancel, except it's automatic.
This room is so scary with the cards.
This whole trip to castle is kind of scary. Gonna go right this time.
And here, I think we're getting our second to last HP max up, if I recall correctly, or the last one.
Second to last. I'll be grabbing one more.
Okay. Yeah, so even with most of the HP max up in this game, like we just don't have that much health. All right, here we're gonna get a really powerful glyph if Jupiter wants to talk about Knight's Go.
Yeah, so this is the lightsaber glyph. It's very good on its own. If you've played Soten, you might be familiar with the beam skeleton. Well, now we get to turn the tables and use that ourselves. But more importantly, it is an amazing combo glyph. You combine the Tesco with any weapon glyph and you use a lightsaber. That plus Dominus Agony is optimal for, I think, every single boss remaining, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It's good. And I think it's pretty stylish as well. We'll have a boss coming up here that is a good case in points.
And this boss coming up is actually really cool because we recently found a faster way to kill it, which we'll see in a second.
Yeah.
Nice. That was a pretty clean. I don't know why I'm blanking on that labyrinth. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, but here we're gonna restock.
Did I?
Come back again.
I did buy a tonic.
Is 2 tonics enough? I think so, right?
There is enough. Yeah. I usually just use one.
Nice. Okay.
Also, I'm gonna say something incredibly that I shouldn't say, and say I've never died to this guy in a run of this category.
Now,
there is no way you will die.
What we've got here is a perfect example.
100% guaranteed win coming up.
Well, the stats say so.
Your shadow.
I need to focus for this.
Oh.
Okay, to be fair, that's the first time he's given me the bad pattern in a run.
Now, chat, what have we learned from this?
That was also almost a clear on the bad pattern, which is something.
Yeah, you were like a hit away, I think.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
I will take your shadow.
Alright, this time good pattern, please.
Nice.
Very cool.
I love that quick kill.
Yeah.
It's so cool. So the new strat we found for that fight on level 1 is that before we weren't using tonics to regen our MP in the middle of the fight. We found that it's actually like 30 seconds faster just to use a tonic in the middle of it and just save the whole waiting around part of that fight. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, really cool. There's been a lot of really cool developments in this category lately. Mostly just like small stuff, but a few big things like that still too.
Here we're gonna grab a free super potion, which is always nice, and we're gonna grab shortly our primary movement in this category. It's called Rapidus Fio, and if anyone's played Aria of Sorrow, Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, there's the Black Panther and Speed Up items respectively in those games. We're gonna be grabbing the Ecclesia equivalent here.
Tried to get the dash there because there was.
You almost got it,
Yeah.
But here
now
we have.
Time to go fast.
Yeah, Rapidus Fio, and I think you want to equip Hangman Ring too, right?
I did. I think.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I did. I usually do it.
Yeah, so as you can see, like, right there, she dive kicked from a really high, point in the map. When she landed, it didn't matter how high she was, she doesn't get any end lag. So it allows us for really quick and fast dive kicks here, which is always nice. And here, from pretty much from this point to the end of the game, we're just going to be abusing the shield union. Oh, that was a crazy dive kick over that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to be abusing the shield union and Rapidus Fio for just to get through all these tough enemies here. We're basically just not going to interact with half the enemies in this entire section. These squids can be pretty scary.
I'm not healing. If I die to this guy, then that'll be it.
Oh, he is being mean. Okay, nice.
Really made you work
save him
for it.
right there.
Yeah. Gonna refresh this room here just to reset the positions of the Tin Man.
Yeah, if not, the guy on the right gets really close to you and just is mean. Cool background here, by the way. One of my favorite backgrounds in the entire series. The clouds and everything.
And final HP max up.
So we end up at 268 health, which is honestly, it doesn't prevent us from being one-shot by so many things that bosses do, unfortunately. But it does let us survive a lot of enemies at this point, which is the most important part.
Down
here we're gonna grab a warp.
Yeah, you could grab Valkyrie Mail here without too much time lost, but you can do all the quick kills without it and all the damage boosts without it, so it doesn't really add too much.
Yeah, it's a shame. I think in recent time, the Valkyrie set has really fallen off in speedruns. Even Glitchless just doesn't grab it anymore.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It's a cool set, I think. I like the Valkyrie items in this game. That hammer is so dangerous.
Yeah.
If you get caught by that, it's over. Here we're gonna do some cool tech. We're gonna dive kick off on that glyph statue to just skip the entire left side.
Yep.
That's a strat courtesy of New Game Plus. And yeah, I love that dive kick too.
I'm also out of healing, except for the super, which I really don't want to pop. So hopefully
I didn't even know that. That's unfortunate. It should. The good part about Rapidus here is that it gives us a hitbox to one-shot the Medusa heads here. So normally, if you didn't have Rapidus here, you'd be at the mercy of RNG Medusa heads.
Also, I lied. I'm grabbing this, so this is the final HP max up.
Oh, I forgot about that completely.
So did I.
But yeah, the Rapidus this is why we go for Rapidus or Redire here. There's if you used Redire here, you likely wouldn't survive, and also you just take too much damage. The time lost from healing all the time would just not be worth it.
Shockwave build me up.
What did we just pick up in that chest?
Oh yeah, 1 second. One final scary room here.
Yeah, you can get petrified into the spikes there, but luckily that didn't happen.
Yeah. And yeah, I picked up the Death Ring if you want to talk about that.
Jupiter, do you want to do it?
So when you have this death ring equipped, you die in one hit, but check out the damage. Peep the damage.
Yeah. That's silly. That's why we save before death.
It's good damage. It's really good damage, and it stacks on top of Dominus Agony. So, and I think we're gonna get one more ring later that stacks on top of those two as well, right?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's just unlucky.
Endgame Ecclesia gear gets really OP.
By the way, I think this boss is like the hardest boss in the franchise on level 1. Like if we're talking about completely vanilla games, like no mods, no like ROM hacks or anything, Death on level 1 hard mode is the hardest boss in the series in my opinion. And it's all because of the mini sites that spawn around him. They spawn like 10 times faster than normal mode and they pretty much one-shot you. And they're complete RNG. But nice, we got through him.
Yeah.
Hey, want to buy
The
something?
cat still being there is sending me. It's great.
I can sell
Token
Empress
of
at this point.
appreciation from the
I don't
run.
need it
Back
anymore.
again.
Yeah, I didn't realize that cat would be there. That's funny.
Did you unequip Death Ring, by the way?
I did.
Okay, good.
I'm so
That
confident.
is a
I'm not even
speedrunner
okay.
classic. You defeat a boss with the death ring, forget to unequip it, and then you run into something and you die instantly. Happens to everyone.
All right, we're coming up to the penultimate boss here, and it has a really cool quick kill that Jupiter. I don't think you've seen this quick kill for Eligor before.
I'm only familiar with the Redire one.
Yeah,
This will be
okay.
new to me.
Yeah, you're gonna love this one, I think. But before that, we gotta go through a bunch of scary rooms here and a bunch of hard enemies.
Nice.
But luckily, we have more than enough healing to get through it, and we can use our defensive gear to just lower the damage. Plus, we got a save room up here, which is always nice. Cool dive kick here, all the way from up there. Really fun, always.
That dive kick is really precise. If you do it too slow, you will get hit by the aim.
And actually, that Scudda Union right there, that Shield Union is also pretty precise. If you do it a frame earlier, I think, you're gonna get hit there. You have to do it like right before with the Lizard Man.
Surprisingly frame tight thing.
Yeah. And here we have the Arms Depot. This area isn't too scary. There's a lot of bad stuff can happen here, but because of Shield Union, a lot of these giant enemies right here, like this guy, they kind of don't like really bother us or tend to. And like these guys, we can just go through their legs because for some reason their legs don't have a hitbox or whatever.
Yeah, they don't. The hitbox gets like loaded in late. It's really weird.
Yeah. All right, and I'm just gonna let this quick kill for Eligor speak for itself. It's really cool.
No pressure. Yeah, I union like a frame late.
Yeah, it's pretty tight to do. Basically, what we want to do, we want to dive kick off the knees, double jump again, and then do a union to stand on like his body in the middle.
Yeah, there's a little Metroid Prime standable on like the front of his head.
That's such a good way of describing it. That's actually such a smart way of describing it.
Again, like a frame late.
Yeah, it's tough.
How recently was this discovered?
Like 9 months ago.
Yeah, I think Algorithm found it.
Yeah, Sprout's Algorithm.
Experimenting. Yeah, definitely. He found logic strats for this game.
Yeah.
But no one really adapted it until like the New Game Plus runs were done because we had no way of getting above Eligor fast in those runs, except for this. Nice, there we go. And then we heal up here.
Should be enough.
and then we just kill him.
Nice.
That is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing an old Redire versus Rapidus comparison, and there's a way to get behind Eligor, but it involves more complicated damage boosts and it's slower. Does this mean that Rapidus is now better for regular glitchless as well?
It's all
Fortunately not. We tried experimenting with it, but it just ended up being overall slower because like you don't really dive kick. You don't have a lot of options to dive kick throughout the castle with Rapidus. So you like Redire still let you go through most of the really popular enemy rooms like a lot faster.
I see. I still think it's good that Redire has some categories because it really is amazing movement tech, but
Yeah.
All right, friends. All that's left is Dracula, the big man himself. So I guess we didn't really talk about it, but the objective of this castle area is to get the 3 Kustos pieces, and which open up the way to Dracula.
Oh, that's an evil spike right there.
Yeah, that spike jump is surprisingly precise to do with. You're supposed to magnet over, but
But it's slow, yeah.
yeah, you can make it with Rapidus.
Here we have Cloister, or not the Cloister. I forgot what this area is called.
No, it's called the
No, it is
Cloister.
Cloister.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, nothing really to speak about there. There's a cave troller that can one-shot you, I think, but besides that, all we really have is this climb right here with the Medusa heads.
Medusa head will
Which I don't think-
HP.
Will they? Yeah, that's surprising. I thought he had enough of defense for it. But there we get a free heal, and our second to last save here,
Yep.
as we go into the final area, which is actually very tricky, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, have to make really good use of your shield unions here.
Luckily, we do get a heart refill at the end, so we can be pretty liberal with our heart uses here.
Yep. Oh, did you can walk under this guy? I didn't until like
Oh, that's cool.
yesterday.
I didn't know that. That's sick. So, yeah, so as we were saying, since we don't get Redire, we have to get the intended form of flight, which is Velaticus here. And we're gonna, before we continue on, Lomi's gonna do some quick menuing to get the Dominus pieces set up. And then she's gonna grab this rightmost chest here, which has a heart max up for us, which is very convenient.
And you can really see the power of the shield glyph union. There's a reason I call it the most important glyph in this run.
It's like if we used Redire here, like we would just be stopping constantly and menuing constantly to heal, right? And shield unit stuff does
Fine.
not have to do any of that.
You can make it through those 2 final guards without you getting hit, but it's extremely frame tight, even more so than the other one. The 2 gladiators.
And here's our final heart max up of the game, and as we approach Dracula here.
By the way, this run's gonna be over in like, hopefully like 30 seconds. So get ready on time.
So on top of everything else, we just got the Judgment Ring. That increases the strength of union glyphs, or sorry, glyph unions rather.
Yeah.
Death Ring, Judgment Ring for glyph unions, and the lightsaber. This is gonna be a fast one.
And
Nice.
time.
GG. What a great run.
Amazing run.
I was super nervous for this because this category is ridiculously hard. My PB is a 109. Looks like I got a 121 something, which is honestly better than I thought this run was going to be.
Yeah, that's a great time,
Yeah.
for sure.
Shout out to my 2 commentators. You guys did incredibly. You are awesome. Shout outs to both of you. Shout out to the Castlevania community. If you're interested in speedrunning any of the handhelds, we have Discord that is for basically all the handhelds except Circle of the Moon. That they have their own community, but they're awesome too. Don't get me wrong. And then if you're interested in me, I stream this game somewhat frequently nowadays on twitch.tv/lonelyrta. I am going to be going for like a 103-ish time in this category, maybe. I don't know, something like that would be a really nice time. But yeah, shoutouts to Mallory Metroidvania for having us, and the final run of this amazing special. I've never been like the finale of anything before in my whole time speedrunning, so it's really cool. So thank you so much, and yeah.
Amazing. Chat, please give it up one final time for Lonely, SphereKuribon, JupiterClimb, and indeed